the vibrant Rajshahi, the Silk City. And this is the Shohid AHM Kamruzaman Stadium, which is going to host this 3-match one-day series between Bangladesh emerging and South Africa emerging team.
Heads is the call from George. It's tails, which means Akbar Ali has won the toss and decided to.
We are going to bowl first.
So not a surprising decision from Akbar Ali, the captain of Bangladesh emerging team, having to bowl first. So we are all set. Just outside of stump, Ripon Mondal starts with a dot ball and welcome Shanu Rabbani. Short and wide. That will be the first boundary through that point region. There is a confident shot from Prince.
Regal shot from Mikhail Prince, and that's the first run off the bat and the first boundary of the day. Just putting his weight on the back foot and guiding it. Not really too much power, just all timing.
This time it was short and it was pulled for a boundary through that square leg region. The second one from Prince's bat.
One off the offside, and now this time on the leg side. A cover drive and now a pull. Latched onto it quite early, seeing it. There is a vacant space there. Yes?
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous from Manak. Through that offside, his fast boundary comes.
What's special about this shot is how it's played on the up and how he manages to keep it down. Coming onto your front foot when you're facing a delivery that's rising, sometimes what can happen is the ball can pop up, but look at that. He's on his front foot, but straight up. Holds the pose because he knows he's played a gorgeous shot, as you mentioned. And he's gotten a boundary.
Beautifully flicked and all the way for a 6. That never looked like it was going for a 6, but such brilliant timing it was from Manak.
Probably the shot of the morning. I would have given it to the cover drive, but the timing on this one.
Beautifully played through the gap. Onto the back foot in a flash. Mikhail Prince. One for the big shot through the gap. Will find a boundary.
Another one for Prince, and you could.
Bowled in! That's the one Mahfuzur Rabbi was looking for this time. Once again flighted. But it held on his line and hits the timber.
The much needed breakthrough for Bangladesh emerging, and that came in the 9th over. Mahfuzur Rabbi with the first blood. It was coming back in with the arm, and in between bat and pad, he celebrates the much needed breakthrough that's been given by Rabbi.
Driven beautifully through that gap onto the boundary like a tracer bullet from the bat of the skipper. But he could not finish it well. Once again, a brilliant shot through the gaps, through the covers for a boundary. Oh, that was an induced age, and it is going to the boundary.
Streaky, but Prince will take it gleefully. There was a hint of turn, and it took the outside edge, and the outfield was quick enough to take it to the fence. Jishan was unfortunate, but the batter was really fortunate in this case.
Oh, now this time there is no second guessing what the outcome is, because he is gone. The captain has to depart. He's stumped out for 22. South Africa emerging, losing their second wicket.
The change of bowling works in favor of Bangladesh emerging. Ahror Amin Pian strikes very quick and removes Another batter from the equation. This time it's the skipper. Van Heergem came down the pitch, was looking to go big. Missed it completely, and the keeper Akbar Ali doesn't miss out on this occasion. The second wicket for South Africa. Heerden departs scoring 22.
Oh, clean bowled! That's another one. He was giving himself room and seeing what he was doing. Rakibul bowled it at the stumps, bowled it flatter and faster. And that's 2 wickets in a row in consecutive overs, and both the set batters are gone.
In cricket, you never can be predictable. If you are, then you are gone. That might be an instance of it. He was making room again and again, backing away, exposing his stumps, and Rakibul this time around rattles it. Gets another wicket for Bangladesh emerging. South Africa emerging at 3 down. It's 78 for 3.
Prince gone for 35 from 59. He started off well, but then got bogged down. Oh, straight to the fielder. He's gone for a duck. Ahrar Amin does the trick with the ball once again. Back-to-back wickets and back-to-back overs for him.
This is the reason why the fielders were put in the close-in positions. Because the skipper knew that Mogakane can spoon that in the air. And there was a very good catch from the cover as well. Ahrar Amin gets 2 wickets in real quick succession. And right now, Bangladesh emerging are certainly bossing the game.
Look at that delivery. Some turn. Just getting caught in the crease, playing it early. Almost playing as if there was no fielder there. Rakibul, who took a wicket in his previous over, working in tandem as Mogakane goes for a duck. Played over the top, into the gap. That's the first boundary for Connor.
The welcome boundary for South Africa emerging after a long time, and they were literally striving for it. Slightly sneaking down the leg, and Kanor takes Rakibul on through the gap.
Looked like a big shot. It's going between the 2 fielders, bisects them perfectly. And that's another boundary, this time off the bat of Devon Murray.
A long time.
In the air, shouts of catch it, will go all the way. After a 4, it's a maximum off the bat of Murray.
A boundary followed by an over boundary, and Murray looks to take the charge. Ahrar Amin Pian has been hit for 10 runs. Yes, took a stride forward and was hit away with disdain. Over.
More about his batting. This time, it's the slog sweep. Again over the fielder. Back-to-back 6s, a 4 and now 2 6s of the bat of Devon Murray. He's taking the attack to the South Africa. In fact, the Bangladesh bowlers.
Well. This is turning into carnage in this over. Ahrar Amin Pian is leaking runs.
Pulled away into the gap. 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bounce, and then into the ropes.
Devon Murray.
Short ball hurried into him, into the hands of the fielder in the deep. Mafizul Islam Robin. It was a brilliant catch from him, and that's the 5th wicket. That's the danger man.
I think he got a bit of a send-off as well. The crowd enjoyed that for sure. Devon Murray. He wanted to play the pull shot. He did it in the last over to good effect, to great effect. On this occasion, just a bit of extra bounce. It was the effort ball by Ripon Mondol, and he'll be disappointed in having given it away after a good start. Once again, a South African batter gets a start and then in the end loses his wicket. But take nothing away from the catch. Diving, a very, very good catch. And yeah, I said he was given a bit of a send-off by the fast bowler Ripon. There you see it. Devon Murray gone for 31 from 31 deliveries. South Africa.
Beautifully played. And it went all the way to ruin this over. Still a very good spell of Mahfuzur Rabbi. 1 for 33 after 33. Beautifully played all along the carpet for a boundary. Connor was in full control of that shot.
Yeah, riding the bounce to perfection over there, Connor Esterhuizen, and
Corner, that's one.
this was rolling his wrists over.
To see clearly. Short ball, picked the length beautifully, and it's way over the top for a 6.
Biggest shot of the match. Connor Esterhuizen.
So far for Bangladesh emerging team. This time Forrester goes big, and he goes long as well over that mid-wicket boundary for the second 6 of this over.
Bowl too short, I'll pull you for 6. Bowl too full, I'll slug you over the same region for 6 more.
Up in the air, and it is long enough for the umpire to raise his both hands. 50 runs landmark. Upishly played, and this is a soft dismissal. So the ploy of bringing Asaduzaman Pyle back really works in favor of Bangladesh.
He was coming from round the wicket. The ball was just angling in to the lefty, but Forrester just chipped it straight to short mid wicket, and the wicket number 6 for the visitors. The big partnership comes to a close. Yes, it was coming back in. Bit of extra bounce, but easiest of the catches for Ariful from the close in position. Forrester departs scoring 19. South Africa emerging at 178 for 6.
Beautifully played, piercing the gap through the backward point region for a boundary.
This man is not gonna die wondering. Doesn't really matter if the wicket falls, he will keep going with his shots. It was touch wide from Pyle, and he was on top of it. Beats the diving fielder.
Coming down the wicket, beautifully hit. Simelane taking the charge to the bowlers. 6 to end the over, 9 of it after 42, 200 for 6. Upishly played, and it is long enough for another 6, back-to-back 6s for South Africa emerging team.
No. This is not the right delivery to go against someone like Connor. It was an off-cutter, but the length wasn't the right. Short of length, and he got enough time to pull the ball for a 6.
That is better. But there is no one to protect the boundary, and once it passed the mid-off fielder, it was always going for the boundary. He did not time that at all, but there is no one in the long off boundary. A lucky boundary for Simelane, but a valuable one. Picked up the short ball, but could not time at all. Ripon Mondal picking up the priceless wicket of Connor Esterhuizen. After playing a brilliant knock of 71, he departs.
This is the wicket that Bangladesh emerging were looking for. The big fish Connor, who played a magnificent innings, is gone. Once again a slower delivery for Ripon Mondal. He was looking to pull the ball, just hit it previously, but this time around not finding the right connection, and it was a good catch from Ariful as well, because he had to keep the balance of his body. He could have gone over the ropes as well, but applauses.
Oh, beautifully played. Simelane It was a shorter ball and he had to adjust to play that shot, but he adjusted it beautifully. Full toss, not a good one. Fielder at the deep had some job to do, but he failed. Cry of anguish from the bowler. But it was his fault to start with.
You have to say that it wasn't the best of deliveries, but a good shot. Nonetheless, Simelane was making room outside the leg stump. And the diving effort by Rabbi.
Into the gap. A much needed boundary from the bat of Viren. Good start to the over, but misfielding. That is sloppy. That was the first instance. The ball went to him. That was a good Yorker from Ripon Mondal, but good running between the wickets. No. He was sent back. And I think it was right call from Viren.
Yeah, he hasn't taken strike in a while now, Mitch Van Buren, and I think he finally got the opportunity. Just wants to bat a bit, well, in parts.
Low full toss, wanted to go for the Yorker. Beautifully played, beautifully placed by Viren. And it will be another boundary. Ripon Mondal. That was a tennis forehand smash through the extra cover for another boundary. Brilliant batting from Viren. After 48, 267 for 7.
South Africa.
Squeezed it for a boundary. Simelane this time.
What he's got in the next delivery.
Shot. Pick the gap once again beautifully for the second boundary in this over. Beautifully played. Way over the top, over the side screen. Simelane reaches his 50 with a shot of authority. Once again, and the result is maximum. Simelane, you beauty.
294 now for South Africa emerging team, and yeah, he's probably feeling it a bit. Has been in the middle for a while. Did he pull something in trying to play that shot? We'll have to look.
This will be another boundary. No! Straight to the fielder. Pritham Kumar. This occasion, he does not miss it. And what an innings. Simelane, yes, he is frustrated. He is dejected. But take a bow, young man. You have played a brilliant knock.
Yeah, he hit that just the way he would have liked. Unfortunately for Andile Simelane, on that occasion, there was a fielder and he made no mistake. Pritham had a misfield a while ago, but then this time he took the catch. Good technique. Frustration for him, but he's played a game-changing knock. 61 from 39. He can be proud of the effort.
What a shot! What a shot to open up your account. Mokoena. Slower ball. They will steal a single. 23 of the final over. 301 for 8. What a finish to the game. What a finish. They were 185 for 6.
Indian will be very happy with a lot of starts there. Connor and top scoring, but take nothing away from the innings by Andile Simelane. And a lot of them getting wickets. Ahrar Amin with 2, Ripon Mondal, the pick of the bowlers, with 3, Rakibul, Mahfuzur Rabbi.
They have to chase a big one. 302 is the target from 300 balls.
Bangladesh emerging and South Africa emerging. We're live from Shahid Kamrujaman Stadium, Rajshahi, and it's a stellar of a batting from the visitors, South Africa emerging. That's what the requirement is for Bangladesh emerging. 302 from 50 overs. Good start, right on the money for Esther. Jishan does go for the drive, but it's a great piece of fielding from the ring. Diving towards his right certainly has saved the boundary, because if Jishan could go past him, the outfield is really fast to take the ball for 4 runs.
A one-handed effort there. We're very used to exemplary fielding efforts from South Africans, and this is no different here.
Driven beautifully, pierced the offside field, and that's the first boundary of this innings.
See, that's the area for Zishan Alam. He likes it in that zone. Stands his ground, flays his bat at it. First boundary for Bangladesh, and also first boundary for him. See, a bit of width and just placing his bat through it.
In the air, over the top. One bounce and over the rope. Not from the meaty part of the bat.
Task.
Poor delivery. And that's been dealt with by Robin. It was sliding down the leg. There was a bit of shape as well. But he had to do just a tickle fine. And helping it on its way.
Yeah, hit me delivery almost, and in the end,
that's a delightful cover drive from Jishan Alam. Driving on the up and penetrating the offside field to earn another boundary. That's number 3 for the lad.
13 from 14 now, Jishan. The pick of the lot. Good looking shot. The ball just bouncing up nicely onto the bat. Half volley.
Outside edge. Will fly safely for a boundary. Jishan gets a streaky 4.
Again, this is something we're used to from Jishan Alam.
Oh, that was absolutely a ripper. Just look at that steep bounce. Completely unplayable for Jishan. Fortunately that he didn't poke at it. It would be deadly for him. Oh, in the air but in the gap. Just past the diving fielder. And it races off to the fence through backward point. Hands on heads of the South African emerging cricketers. Yes, once again there was the bounce. The diving effort was made. Once again he goes wide and thrashed. Just tucks it around the corner. Does Robin? Will he find his first boundary? He does.
The length.
Vociferous appeal. They think they've got this man, but the umpire thought otherwise. Robin was confident, although we'll have to have a second look.
It comes down the wicket, perhaps sliding down. Oh, almost chopped on. Racing away towards the boundary though. Will be lucky 4. Lucky 4s for Jishan Alam. And that brings up Bangladesh's 50 in the 9th over, as I introduce Shajjat Udash in the commentary box.
Thank you so much, Shanur. Left arm spin. Short ball pulled away. Straight into the hands. Jishan Alam, it was there to be hit. He hit it well, as he hit it, timed it good as well, but straight to the fielder.
Wow. He will be ruining what he just did as he takes a long walk back and thinks about what just transpired. was there to be hit. But then there's a fielder. Of all the places, it went straight to him. And the bowler, he claps because he knows that's a bit of a bonus. Jishan Alom gone for 31 from 27. Dandwa bringing the breakthrough for South Africa. Bangladesh 52 for 1.
Played with softer hands. Unfortunate. The fielder did well. I hope he is okay. I hope he is okay.
Run for. Show me run for. Yes.
I hope he is okay. This is not good sign.
Let's see what happened. An outside edge. And then he stops the boundary, that's for sure.
This time the gap was there. Pritham Kumar, that was a good looking shot for a boundary.
Yeah, this over, it's been teetering on the edge from Andile Simelane. Quite a few boundary balls on this occasion. The boundary is finally there. Rocked across and then balanced himself very nicely, did Pritham. It was slightly uppish, but in the end it was in the gap.
Beautifully played. This will go for another boundary. Pritham Kumar. This was a classy one from him after 12, 73 for 1, Bangladesh emerging team.
Don't.
Into the gap this time, Hafizul Robin will pick up a boundary, a much needed one. The pressure was mounting on the batters and it is relieved to some extent with that boundary.
It was a long time coming and a shot of absolute class by Robin. Moving on to the back foot, not trying to hit it too hard, knowing that there are gaps at the deep. If he can
Appeal. And given. The credit finger goes up. And Pritham Kumar has to walk.
And that was the danger we were talking about. Pritham Kumar, after playing all those deliveries, Pritham Kumar, he wanted to go big, and losing the balance, he had no idea about his back foot. Where was it? And it was a pretty straightforward decision for Munir Zaman, the square leg umpire. Here then, he is delighted. Of 35 deliveries, Bangladesh 91 for 2. Beautifully played into the gap. Will fetch a boundary, Mahfizul Robin. A much needed one for his team.
Just a touch short. And Robin obliged. See how effortlessly he played that shot in front of square. He made sure the ball stays away from the fielder. And away from the mid-wicket fielder as well.
Through the offside. And it will be reaching to the boundary once again. Hundreds up for Bangladesh emerging team after 20, 102 for 2. It's a deep square leg. Uppishly played by Mahfizul Robin. And it was a brilliant connection to collect him 6 runs and reach his 50. What was I thinking? Fuller length delivery. It was in his zone and he went for it. Down the leg side, beautifully swept by Mahfizul Robin. It was a loose delivery, but still had to put it away for the boundary. And Robin did that brilliantly.
Sweep at its very best. It was sneaking down the leg once again. And there was a gap too between square leg and deep fine. So he went through that gap.
Well, that shot takes a bit of talent. It's going, and it'll be a welcome boundary for Robin. Pulled away. Into the gap. 4 more to Robin.
He is on song. If you bowl full, he'll drive you. If you go short, he'll pull you. He has all the shots in his armory, and once again, he pulls it with power and goes in front of square as well. That's pulled in the air, but will land safely. Should go all the way. It does.
Yeah, Ariful with a welcome boundary. Pressure released. 6 runs from the over so far now. Bangladesh are getting a move on, and the required rate, as you can see, it's just above 7. So Bangladesh hanging in there. Uppish, but a chase on, and eventually well done by the deep third fielder.
Once again went for an off cutter, did Forrester. This time around it was wide outside the off stump, hence the batter had to chase it. It was in the air for a while. Fortunately, it was not riskily in the air and was in the gap.
Position. Now this is in the air and straight to the fielder. The slower ball does the trick. The set batter Robin, he has to depart, and it's Mohakane who gets the breakthrough for South Africa emerging.
It was a short delivery. Pace off. He went for the pull, but the timing wasn't right at all. It's spooned in the air and an easy catch for the short fine leg fielder. The South Africa emerging side will be jubilated as they send back the best batter of the day thus far, Robin departs, scoring 87. Bangladesh emerging 172 for 2. Room made by PNO. Bit of yes and no. This can be risky. My goodness.
Yeah,
Didn't find the connection. Bit of yes and no. This can be troublesome. They're appealing for it, but Pian was safely home.
Hold.
the dive timed well.
Exemplary, but commentators curse. That's been beautifully swept by Ariful. He gets a boundary after a long time.
Now in the air, and in the end it finds the gap, beats the fielder. Araramin gets off the mark with a boundary.
Went for the shorter one, and it was a brilliant grab by the wicketkeeper. Ariful has to depart. What a catch behind the stumps, and that is a huge wicket for South African emerging team.
As the field was set up, Shadjad, you notice the bowler bowled accordingly. Short and on the money. And eventually, Ariful, despite being good against the short ball, is what brings about his downfall. He's walking away dejected. Going down leg, he was thinking. He's got enough on it, but a fantastic grab by the wicketkeeper. One-handed. It's the catch that really made it happen. Prince making no mistake behind the stumps. Ariful gone for 36 from 68 balls, strike rate of 52.
Upishly played, and that is out. Araramin has to depart. Bangladesh emerging team is falling apart now.
Yeah, was there to be hit almost. RR just not getting enough of the middle of his bat on that. Almost top edging it. Looking at his bat, and he might as well look at it because it certainly wasn't middled. But take nothing away from that catch, as you see. No middling, and it was high in the air. Close to the boundary, but a very well judged catch. RR has to depart.
Wait, Devi. Which one?
Bangladesh. They're 201 for 5 as RR is gone for 8.
Akbar Ali goes big and he connects well all the way for 6.
A long time coming. Bangladesh really needed a few shots like this. This was in the slot for Akbar. He was able to get underneath the ball. Simelane just bowling it full enough.
Reverse played masterfully. It will go for a boundary. Akbar Ali is looking really good for Bangladesh team. Full toss. Akbar Ali hit the gap once again. Hit a boundary once again. That's back-to-back fours.
Oh, bowled him. A great comeback by Van Heerden. Mahfuzur Rabbi trying to cut something which didn't have enough room. It was short, but it jagged back in. Almost a slider, and yeah, that reaction tells you he could have played it much better.
He was too close to cut. He went for the cut and bottom edge went to the sticks. And his reaction says how disappointed he is with himself. Hyderabad scoring 5. Bangladesh merging at 230 for 6.
What a day he's having on the field. And the commentator's curse is on Akbar Ali. Hits it over long on for another 6 and ruined the over.
Close to the body, they feel. It's away from the body on this occasion. Akbar still gets enough on it. Plays it over.
This time Tofal goes big into the gap, bisecting the long on and long off. That was powerfully hit. This time Akbar connects. He goes big. And that is a brilliant piece of fielding. Oh my goodness. Was that a wicket? Was that a catch? Surely the South African team, they are celebrating. What a brilliant fielding effort.
My goodness. This was a blinder, a slower delivery. Akbar Ali went for it. It almost gone over the line, but then, well. Look how beautifully he held his balance.
Notice that he is going to cross the boundary line, get rid of the ball, and then coming back into again and grab the ball. Akbar Ali departs for 41 of 24. This is a big wicket for Bangladesh. Up in the air, another opportunity. Oh my goodness!
Bowler!
Oh my goodness! Look at that effort! Brilliantly hit, Rocky Bull. Oh my goodness! He played it like a top order batter for a 6. Connects it well into the vacant gallery. Rocky Bull! What a hit! Slower ball. The connection is brilliant. This time Tofal. The third 6 of the over. High full toss. And it's a good grab. But he had to get rid of it. He had to get rid of it. Now this will be interesting. It was a high full toss. I'm afraid there is no provision of using the TV umpire. But we have the advantage of watching the replay. Yes, it was a 6. Unfortunate for Tofal. Van Buren goes for a full toss. Tofal Ahmed hits the winning run. No one protecting the boundary, and that is the winning boundary. Bangladesh emerging goes 1-0 up in this series.
What a day of cricket. What a game we had. It had everything in it. Boundaries, over boundaries, turns, twists, drama, tension, and in the end, it's a victory for the home side. Big smile for the home crowd as they have come in numbers and they are celebrating the triumph of their favorite side. The cliffhanger ends with the victory of Bangladesh emerging by 3 wickets. But in the end, of course, the win goes for cricket. A game of cricket can't be better than this. Just can't be better than this. Absolutely. The batting summary with Shahnur Rabbani. And this is how the bowling summary looks like. Yes, good numbers. Batting first, South Africa posted a very good total. 301 courtesy to Kanor.
For more updates, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Download T-Sports app to enjoy exciting games and highlights. Visit tsports.com.